That stupid ass clap. Hey, that stupid ass clap. Hey, that stupid ass clap. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Midweek Athlete Pod. Tech and audio guys say I got to bring more energy, so I'm trying to flex my muscles a little bit.
You're doing a great job so far.
Appreciate it, man. You know what I'm saying?
I got you, dog.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Also, in honor of MLB starting off. Got to represent them Stros, baby. Let's go. We going back to the World Series, man.
We're
going back.
Punisher jersey.
That's okay.
For a reason.
For what?
Because I feel like as Astros fans, we're about to receive punishment this early season. So just hang in there, guys.
Nah.
Hang in there till the All-Star break. Just hang in there.
I don't see it. We about
early in the season?
We about to go kick some ass. Especially to the Rangers. Kicking y'all ass. It's payback. I'm just saying. It's payback.
All I said was early in the season. I don't think we'll be that great. Postseason time, you know what we do, 7 straight ALCSs, so it doesn't really matter.
Ain't nobody worried about all that. We'll be back. So, all right, man, let's get to it. So, we're in the month of March, so you know what that means. It's the biggest basketball tournament in the world.
It is.
March Madness.
Yes.
The world of upsets is coming. I smell it.
Do you?
I do. I got a couple in my bracket right now that I can't wait to talk about.
I actually think it's going to go opposite this year just because everyone is expecting it like it was last year.
You think so?
Yeah. You had, 2 double-digit seeds in the Final Four last year? That's not going to happen this year.
I'm not saying they're going to make the Final Four, but I do have some upsets.
And the women are going to be better than the men. The women been going crazy.
Yes, the women's March Madness is going to be the one to watch this year, for sure. For sure. Which one you want to start with, men's or women's?
We can start with the JV, which is the men's for right now.
The JV squad.
The women are the varsity. They're the varsity right now. It is what it is.
All right, so obviously we filled out some brackets. So let's just jump right to it. Who do you think is getting upset this year? I already know what you're about to say, so you might just go ahead and tell America who you got that's getting upset. And you better not say it's quick either, because I don't think they're going to get upset quick.
All right, well, I got a couple, actually. Purdue is the most obvious one, except this year I think y'all will actually make it to the Sweet 16 before you lose. The one I take the least amount of pride in saying, the University of Houston Cougars. I foresee them getting knocked out in the round of 16 before the round of Elite 8. Because once they got to Elite 8, I would think they would lose to Kentucky. But the Sweet 16, I think they're going to lose. Because I think they'll beat A&M in round 2.
I think they'll beat either Nebraska or A&M, yeah.
But who will be their round 3 opponent at that point?
Round 3 would be either Wisconsin or Duke. Or James Madison or Vermont. Round 3.
Ugh.
Which is a Sweet 16 round.
I think they would lose to one of those teams.
You think Houston's losing to Duke? Stop.
I think Houston could lose to James Madison before they would lose to Duke.
Absolutely. Are you serious?
I'm actually being serious.
Stop.
I can foresee Houston losing.
Stop it.
Because they don't score the ball well enough.
But they defend at a high level, so that makes up for it.
And what happens if they're not getting the whistles defensively?
What do you mean?
Like defensively, they're calling it tight. Like everything is going to be foul.
And Houston plays tight. So really, the whistles. If you're asking about whistles, you need to be worried about the other team offensively getting the whistles against Houston's defense.
Boom.
Houston holds teams to 57 points on average.
But what?
On average, Wes, they played over 30 games. That's on average.
What happens when defensively you can't lock them down because they are calling you for defensive fouls? Okay. What happens at that point? Like, can your offense combat another team going at your defense? Because your defense is not always going to be just elite the entire year. That doesn't happen.
I will say this. Yes, I think it can combat because, one, you have arguably the best backcourt in the nation with Jamal Shead and L.J. Cryer.
Correct.
I think so. But I also think with their role players, Wilson, Roberts,
The front court has been injured.
and the front court has been injured, so that probably is a big question mark going into March Madness. But I think because if you take that Iowa State game that they lost to when they got drove,
Wasn't even close.
If you look closely at LJ Cryer and Jamal Shead shot 3 of 12. LJ Cryer shot 3 of 14. That's not happening again.
You think it's not going to happen again?
That will not happen again.
Okay.
So if they lose, it will not be because of their shooting. I guarantee you that.
Okay.
Guarantee. So it's crazy that you actually have them losing in the Sweet 16.
I definitely have them losing the Elite Eight. I definitely have them losing to Kentucky. If it gets to that point, I think they have no answer for Kentucky.
So you think
with Reed and the
Dillingham.
other guy, Dillingham.
Yeah.
They have no answer.
So do you think UConn is a favorite to repeat?
Yes.
Why?
Because they've been the most consistent team all year. Like U of H was, in my opinion, the most consistent team until they got to the end. And once they got to that tournament and they got beat like that by 30, it was like
to an Iowa State team that was middle of the pack, but Iowa State has a history of winning those Big 12 tournaments.
They do.
Like usually, if you look back at it on those times that they've won, they were never the number 1 seed going into that tournament.
Because if I'm not mistaken, Iowa State handed U of H his first loss of the season.
TCU, but Iowa State was second. Yeah,
It was in Des Moines is where they play at. It was in Des Moines, Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's not shocking that y'all lost, but to get drove by 30 is crazy.
To get drove by 30 is crazy, but like I said, you're not going to expect Jamal Shead to shoot 3 of 12 and LJ Cryer to shoot 3 of 14.
No,
ever. So like I said, if they just so happen to lose, it will not be because of that.
I'm just interested to see what happens when they run into a team that's going to make it a track meet. That's it. That's like Kentucky would make it a track meet. Like we're just going to have to outscore you.
Fair.
Like your North Carolina Tar Heels, Caleb Love is going to come back to haunt y'all with that Arizona squad. They did that on purpose.
I have them meeting in the Elite Eight too.
They did that on purpose.
I have them meeting in the Elite Eight. That if that can happen, that would be a hell of a game.
And y'all losing to NC State was awful. It was awful. Like really? Like you had big fella, Big Zebo just down there dancing on y'all.
Zebo 2.0 giving us the business.
Business.
Just dog.
That boy left off the court and got 16 baby back ribs, a Sprite to wash it down, and some French fries.
Made it quick too.
It was crazy.
Made it quick. So let's kind of switch gears here. So you talked about Houston being upset.
Mm-hmm.
Who else do you have being upset? Because I actually have a couple teams as well that I think are going to be upset. Like you mentioned Purdue. I got Purdue.
Definitely said Purdue. Purdue just ugh.
I have Kansas being upset.
I agree with Kansas getting upset. The only thing with me about Kansas is because they announced today that one of their wings,
Kevin McCullers
wasn't going to play.
Wasn't going to play.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing about Kansas for me is Hunter Dickinson going to be anywhere near right? Because if he is, then they have a chance. They have a chance.
But solely based on him, though, I don't know. Because they took that same team with Hunter Dickinson to Houston and got drove by 30.
They did.
So,
but Houston,
I don't know how far
monster.
Hunter can take them.
Houston's a different monster in and of itself with just how well they do play defense. But like I keep saying, man, U of H might be losing early. Because Sanford's not going to beat Kansas.
No.
McNeese is probably going to beat Gonzaga.
Yep, that's what I have.
And then you got McNeese versus Kansas. Kansas will probably win. Purdue versus Grambling, Utah, TCU. Man, yeah, like I said, Kansas can make a run. They can make a run all the way until they get to the Elite Eight.
I think a team to look out for this tournament because there's always that Cinderella team, right? Mm-hmm. I think James Madison might be that team to look out for.
But when I said that U of H could lose to James Madison, you made it seem like I was crazy.
No, first off, I think U of H can beat them, yes, but I'm not saying that they're not a threat. I'm just saying that they could be a team to look out for. They could be. So I still prefer U of H would beat them, which I do believe, but they are a threat. James Madison is a threat. McNeese is a threat.
So you agree with me, but I was crazy when I said it.
No, you're saying that they can beat them.
I think they can.
Like you're saying that James Madison's going to the Elite Eight, and I don't think so. I'm just saying that they are a threat.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Who else?
I also think McNeese is going to be a threat.
McNeese of what, 30-3?
30-3. There's only 4 teams that had 30 wins, and they're one of them. So that says a lot. Regardless of conference, anything like that, that says a lot. I think Grand Canyon is probably another team to watch out for.
You didn't pull that trigger in the bracket, did you, to beat St. Mary's? Did you pull that trigger? Because I wanted to, but I didn't. You did?
I did.
Oh, man. I wish I would have.
I did. Sure did.
The Midweek Athlete Tournament Bracket Challenge going on right now, y'all. Y'all go on ESPN.com, sign into the group. The link is on the Instagram, Facebook page, the X page. Y'all go on there, click on it, join. We're having a T-shirt giveaway at the end of it for whoever gets the best result out of the bracket. And then, we might have another special announcement coming on later in the week, but y'all stay tapped in for that.
Yeah, man, we got 32 brackets right now, man. So first off, thank you for all 32 that signed up, man. That really means a lot. Shows support to the page. So thank y'all. And yeah, man, I mean, it's gonna be a good tournament. I think so.
It is.
I think it's gonna be a good one. So you got the women's side, man. So let's
switch
the
gears better
here.
side. The better side. Okay, we'll start with first of all giving flowers to Caitlin Clark, becoming the all-time leading scorer in Division I history.
Yes, absolutely. And to all y'all Caitlin Clark fans that was in them comments for our last,
they was going in
on us. We actually support her and like her.
We do.
Let's just address that right now. So just throwing that out there.
I definitely support her, and we all
too.
support her. We think that she's dope. It's just, hey man, we can get to the next level. Things are a little different. Okay. Because in the Albany 2 region, I hate how they name it. It's Albany 2.
Yeah, like Region
Albany
1. Yeah.
Feels like the Hunger Games.
Yeah, I hate that.
But in Albany 2, you have Iowa as the number 1 seed, but you also have LSU as a 4th, as a 3 seed.
On purpose. They did that on purpose.
They did it on purpose.
They definitely did that on purpose because there's no way. No way.
Iowa and LSU would have to meet in the Elite 8.
What you think that outcome's gonna be?
I think LSU would win it again because they have more talent. They just have more skill at every other position.
I want to say LSU is gonna beat them again, but even with the more talent they have, or at least they have, I feel like LSU has been inconsistent this year too.
Agreed.
So I don't.
You're saying they're inconsistent. They've only lost 5 games.
I know, but if you've actually sat down and watched them,
they've been inconsistent.
Yes, like that's what I'm saying. It's more so if they're actually,
The best game where they actually brought it in to me was when they played South Carolina when they lost.
It was the one before the tournament, right? Yeah. That was the best game that they've played.
The best one. I don't know what University of Tennessee was thinking in the SEC tournament, but that was wild.
Like, how do you hold on? Let's address this. Okay,
that was
like
wild.
how do you not just blatantly disregard an open 3-point shooter? I don't care if the woman shoots 20-something%.
If that was like Shaq out there, you're not running out to the 3-point line like, oh, I'm gonna block Shaq's shot. You're gonna let him shoot.
Okay, agreeable and understandable. I get that, but at the same time, like, you don't want to take no chances. Now, I'm not saying run out there and make a stupid boneheaded foul, but at least give her something to just distract her. You gave her a wide open 3.
Butter.
I mean wide. Like I can't even. I cannot.
You're never gonna get a more open shot in basketball.
You're not gonna get like it was that bad. I don't feel bad for Tennessee at all. Like I don't understand how that happens. Because South Carolina should have
called
one
poor
loss on
coaching.
their record right now.
It's called poor coaching.
South Carolina should have one loss right now.
I agree.
That's just.
And Cardozo's gonna miss the
drop
first.
the ball.
She's gonna miss the first round game against Sacred Heart or Presbyterian. I think they'll be okay.
I think
I
think they'll be fine.
Texas is also a 1 seed for the women.
Shout out Texas Longhorns.
The
UT.
women are sneaky, actually good.
They won the Big 12.
They did. 30
they
and
won
4.
The Big 12.
They have Stanford in their same division.
I think Stanford's gonna be sneaky.
Stanford's really good.
Mm-hmm. Cameron Brink, yeah, bucket.
They're gonna be really good. Tennessee is in that same one with Texas. But I don't think they're gonna be in any trouble.
So do you have in this region 3, I guess?
Portland 3.
Yeah, Portland 3.
Okay.
USC and UConn have a chance to make it to the Elite 8.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good one right there. Juju Watkins and Paige Beckers.
Yeah.
Man.
You know what scares me though? I don't think UConn's gonna get by Ohio State in the Sweet 16.
You really don't think so?
That Ohio State team's really good.
What makes them so special though?
The Ohio State team or the UConn team?
Ohio State team.
They move the ball.
Mm-hmm.
They move the shit out of the ball, and they get easy baskets. That's the one thing I like about that team. Easy baskets. It's not difficult. Like when I watch like Iowa play, it looks like it's tough baskets for anyone not named Caitlin.
When they played earlier this year at Ohio State, they gave Iowa a run for their money. I want to say they actually beat them. No, they did because that's when that whole Caitlin Clark fan incident happened.
Ball movement and getting easy baskets will win you a lot of basketball games. And then like USC has a superstar.
Juju.
They have Juju,
bucket getter,
who's on pace to break Caitlin's records.
She's only
a freshman.
Only a freshman.
So she's only gonna get better. She's just gonna keep being a dog. So I think USC makes it to the Final Four, but that's probably the toughest. That's probably the toughest bracket.
So who do you have winning it all for the women's?
Going with Coach Staley. I'm not betting against Coach Don at this point.
I'm not either. I'm not either.
Nah, Coach
Finish the job, Don. Finish the job.
Too much swag.
Undefeated. Go undefeated.
Going undefeated again. Killing. Man, South Carolina is the preeminent women's program right now.
So do you have South Carolina versus Iowa for the championship?
What I want to see is South Carolina versus USC. What I think is going to end up happening is South Carolina versus LSU.
I see South Carolina, Iowa. I just don't see LSU getting by Iowa this year.
What?
I just don't see it.
What is Iowa gonna do with Haley Van Lathe? What are they gonna do with her? You got Flau'jae in that same backcourt. You got Angel Reese in the front court.
I'm not doubting LSU's talent. They are the reigning champs, obviously for a reason. They returned everybody but one person.
Yes.
Which was Alexis Morris. The talent's there. As far as consistency of play is not there. Regardless if they lost 5 games or not, the consistency of their play is not there. So I'm just
a
tad hesitant, yes.
To Louisville? Because I know we're not picking UNLV.
Not picking UNLV.
California Baptist?
No.
What the hell? No. Creighton? Nah.
If anybody's going to take them down on this bottom half of the list, it would be UCLA. It would be. Probably. Obviously, UCLA is 2 for a reason. Probably because they move the ball extremely well themselves. Which, I mean.
So what you're telling me is April 1st, we'll be seeing Iowa versus LSU.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what all right.
I think so. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think so. So
that's what it sounded like. It sounded like you were really talking yourself into that UCLA one.
No. I'm saying the only team that's going to give LSU fits going into, or at least before the Iowa game, would be UCLA. Because obviously California Baptist no, UNLV no, Creighton no, Rice. Which shout out to Rice.
Shout out to Rice.
Yeah, shout out to Rice. But no, y'all are not. No, because I don't see that either. And Louisville's good, but no. So the only team that's going to give them fits going into the Sweet 16 is going to be UCLA.
I agree.
So, but women's March Madness is going to be the tournament to watch. I cannot wait to start watching these games, especially when it comes Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four time. That's going to be some good basketball, for sure.
Where's the women's championship game at this year?
Cleveland, Ohio. Of all places. Yeah,
we had the All-Star game in Indianapolis. Now we got the women's game in Cleveland. What are we doing? Where's the men's ones at? I bet it's at somewhere nice.
Men's is in Phoenix at the State Farm Arena where the Cardinals play.
So you mean to tell me the men who are not as good, not even close, are going to get to play in the Cardinal Stadium, and the women get to play in Cleveland, Ohio?
I think it's ass backwards too. Yes, I 100% agree. I think it is ass backwards.
This is trash.
But before we transition to our next spot, I want to get your opinion on something.
Okay.
So KG, Paul Pierce, a lot of these guys have said they can name more women's players, college players that is, than men's players. Do you agree with that this year?
Yeah,
absolutely. I do too.
Absolutely.
Do you think? I wouldn't say it's kind of sad because obviously, like women's sports is obviously jumping to
different stratosphere,
just to a totally different stratosphere. But when it comes to that aspect, because we're so used to even when we were in high school, we're so used to Kyrie's going to Duke, Austin Rivers going to Duke, like these top players that had these hoop mixtapes and
correct,
number one players going to Kentucky and all this stuff. We don't have that this year.
No.
There's not really one player where we're like, damn, he's going number one. Honestly, we don't even know who's going number one this year.
Not this year. Next year you will.
Yeah, well, next year, yes. But this year, we don't have a clue who's going number one this year.
Correct.
Women's basketball's taken over.
Oh, yeah.
Taken over. And it's whenever I heard that, I thought that was pretty crazy because I was like, there's no way, you can name more women's players than men's, right?
Yeah,
but then when I actually sat and thought about it, I said, well, damn.
Yeah, you can. Because there's no super high level. Next year you'll have Cooper Flag. Everybody will know who is his name by the end of next season. You'll know that, right? But most of these dudes that are supposed to go to the NBA, they either go G League, they go overseas now, or they go to college like Zion, ball out and then they out. There's no real investment in the men's game. The women's game is a little different because you're about to see Juju for the next 3 years after this.
Do you think the NBA should take that kind of approach where it's you have to spend at least 2, 3 years?
I would say 2 years. Make them go to school for 2 years, like baseball, somewhat.
I just feel with that whole NIL stuff, it's gonna be I'm gonna spend my first year here, and then if the NIL is not worth it, then I'm going somewhere else.
Get a bag.
I feel that kind of defeats the purpose, though. Of course, yes, get your bag, but what are you really going for?
For the money. What do we all go to school for?
Well,
for
our
money.
tech and audio guy says the money too, so I'm clearly just
what did you go to school for?
Outside of playing basketball, to get my degree.
And
because NIL was not there when I went to school, so you can put the money sign down.
And when you got that degree, what came with that degree?
Fucking student loans.
No, because you had a scholarship, and start lying to these people. So because you had a degree, that then equaled more money when it came to the career force, correct?
Yes.
Okay, then.
Yes.
So again, kids, get your money. The universities are going to get their money's worth out of you, so you need to get your money's worth out of them.
Fair point.
Capitalist society, man. Get your bread.
Fair point. Well, you had something you wanted to bring up with the Rockets and Jalen Green and
addition to the family.
Congrats, man.
You know, you've been playing great. I just want to say it's about goddamn time. Like, this is what we all have been waiting for as Rockets fans and as Jalen Green fans, myself being a Jalen Green fan. We've been waiting for you to ball out like this. Mm-hmm. So now what we demand of you, what we now expect of you, Jalen, is continued level of excellence. My only concern, though, for the Rockets moving forward is now what do we do about Sengun? He is now out for the year. Mm-hmm. But yet, Jalen Green has never played better since he has been ruled out for the year. So at this point, do we keep them together and let them grow and figure this out? Do we need to make a move? What does the future hold for the Rockets? But when it comes to Jalen specifically, keep playing how you're playing.
Keep playing how you're playing, for sure, because now you're kind of making me look good again, so I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
It's a roller coaster.
So you brought up the Sengun part. So here's where I'm at with it. Jalen's been playing lights out for the last
8 games.
2 weeks, roughly. I mean, like averaging 29 and just had a 42-10 double-double. I mean, and he was also player of the week, right?
He was attacking the rim, attacking the shot at the rim.
But obviously that was not who it was from game 1 to game whatever they're in right now, like 70 or whatever.
Correct.
72. So obviously there's inconsistency there. With Sengun's been consistent literally like basically up until the point where he got injured.
Agreed.
So I guess if you're the Rockets, you're really going to have to look at, okay, are we going to take the 2 weeks of what Jalen Green did, or are we going to take the full year of what Sengun did and kind of play mix match? Like, hey,
right.
You know, are we going to keep these two together and see what happens, or what? So I think you should just keep them probably for another year and see and just kind of see what happens, and then just kind of go from there.
Because they're 2.5 games out of the 10th seed.
You can do it, Rockets.
You can catch the Lakers or Golden State. You can catch them.
Do it.
But if you make the playoffs, is that not then a bad thing if you're a Rockets fan?
Why would it be a bad thing?
Because now you've made the playoffs without Sengun. Now Sengun's going to come back. You have to pay Sengun, or you have to pay Jalen, or you're going to have to pay both of them when you've already paid Dylan Brooks and you've already paid Fred VanVleet.
And I'm sure picking up Steven Adams' contract.
And you have Steven Adams' contract to add to the books. So what are you going to do? Because you can't pay everybody. So you got to pick one out of the two that you're going to pay in this offseason. That's the only way it's going to work financially. You got to pay one of them right now.
But as far as making the playoffs, I don't think it'd be a bad thing. I don't think
Why?
so. Well, one, I mean, Rockets have been below the radar, Gabricio for the last, 3 years.
Correct.
So making the playoffs at least gives the team in the city hope. Like, okay, we got a new coach.
Right.
Like, he's actually got these guys caring to play basketball, caring to play defense.
Without Sengun.
But that's the thing. I mean, Sengun is damn near part of the reason why we're going to the playoffs. I mean, granted, yes, he got hurt, but if Sengun was inconsistent like Jalen Green, would we even be remotely close?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so that's the thing.
Absolutely
so
not.
I think it's safe to say that between the both of us and people watching, not Jalen Green, Sengun is the best player on the Rockets.
But what if at this point they go on this run and they do make the actual legit playoffs, not just the play-in. Say they end up as the 8th seed. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Now they in the playoff series against Denver or Minnesota or OKC.
Yeah.
And they mess around and get to the second round. You're gonna have a problem. The deeper this Rockets team goes into this season, the bigger problem you're gonna have when it comes to Sengun versus Jalen Green. Because now you're gonna have a ego problem, and they're grown men. They're NBA players. They have egos. Mm-hmm. Like, it has to be somebody's team. Somebody got to be the lead dog, and I feel like Jalen mentally is getting to the point where he wants to be a lead dog. Where he's like, I want this now.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
And if Sengun thinks the same way, now we run into a Shaq and Kobe problem? but with less success.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but I see where you're coming from. At least your point of view on that. I don't see it being a big issue because I mean they're both 3-4 years into the league.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean it's not like they're in year like 8, 9, 10 where they've gotten that experience and possibly have already gotten playoff experience to where they can be like, okay, like, well, I made the playoffs without you when you were injured, and then vice versa, and then they.
I think it would be better if they were older. I think it would be better because then they could be like, I don't care about none of this. I just want to win. But right now it's about stats and getting your bread because Jalen is gonna be due for a extension. Sengun is due for an extension.
But see, my thing is, which I love Jalen Green, so hopefully no Jalen Green people attack me like y'all did in the last reel a few months ago.
But the thing is,
are you willing to pay Jalen Green's extension based on 2 weeks of what he's been doing?
I'm willing to pay him based off of potential, but I'm not willing to give him the max.
So you would give Sengun the max, Jalen
a little bit less than whatever's
under the max.
Yeah,
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
Now, if they would be fine with that, I don't know, but I would be fine with that.
Correct. So. And Jalen, you also need to think, my guy, you do have a baby on the way. You do live in the state of Texas. 0 state income tax.
0.
Okay, you go to New York, you go to Cali, you paying 22%, 25% state tax. All right, so you might want to stay right here for a little bit less to make a lot more. Just a word of advice.
No.
I'm just saying.
I mean, it's true though. Like
it makes a difference. It makes a difference. It definitely makes a difference.
So, but, huh?
What are you whispering back there, Jesus pants?
Yeah, I was about to say you might as well just say it. Oh, you can't talk about another man's kids like that, though, man. That's crazy.
It's something about goddamn Jesus Shuttlesworth over here that is just
not even Jesus Shuttlesworth.
No,
Jesus Shuttle. he don't get the worth part.
Yeah, he's digging in the crevices of his belly right now. Like, all right, you know what? It's cool. You know what? For the next 5 minutes, we're just gonna have a roast the audio and tech guy moment. Okay, look, he's cramping up from sitting in a chair.
Probably his ass don't drink enough water.
He must have swallowed too hard between munches of Doritos.
In those capri pants. Well, come on,
right.
brother. What is them?
Then he gets the salt and vinegar kind, just for no reason, just like an absolute menace.
Your big ass banana, like.
And another thing I can't stand is why Evan put this hat on today, knowing damn well we know what's under there. Do not take that hat off. It's okay. Leave it right there.
Again, shout out to Easy. Shout out to Easy. You make me look good. I'm coming to see you this week, brother. I am coming. So,
audio and tech guy, are you about ready to wrap this up? You and the Frocket? No? Yes? No?
Brother, hey man, HEB's right across the street. You need to get you some pickle juice. You over there cramping again. We saw you stretching over there earlier.
He was stretching on a beam, y'all. He was stretching.
Obviously, y'all can't see him, but he was over there stretching.
Foot in the air and everything like this.
But he claims he works out.
Right. He's been in
you know what?
He's been in the gym.
You know what? Before this episode takes a wrong left.
We're going to stay right here for a second. What do you do when you go to the gym?
Matter of fact, you come over here and talk to the people. Come on, man.
You have a workout plan?
You come talk to the people, brother. What does our tech and audio guy do for
What does your phone have to do with a workout plan?
No, brother. Take the headphones off. Let America come see you. Okay. Well, he's camera shy for some reason.
Yeah. Because his hair is all over the place. He ain't got his hair done.
Come on, man. Let me see. All right. So there's that. Come on, man. Let me see the workouts.
It's about to be terrible, guys. This is truly about to be
terrible. So if you see, this is our tech and audio guy.
Nice for y'all to finally see Willie.
There he goes. Go ahead and tell the people what you do.
Bro, I did today. I did deadlifts, one-arm dumbbell row, lat pull-downs, and I did 100 no, not curls, but tricep push-downs. Yeah, I did some stuff today, man. And I ran a mile.
You ran a mile.
I just don't believe that. I
don't believe it either. I don't believe it either. But okay.
Well, listen, I think that's all the time we got, man. We're going to get on our tech and audio guy's ass about these workouts that he's been doing.
That's a fact.
But again, hey, March Madness starts this weekend, so make sure you tune in. Make sure your brackets is locked down, sealed down tight. Watch out for those upsets, especially for the 512s. Also, you have until 11:15 tomorrow for those last-minute brackets for our group to win a free MWA shirt. Mm-hmm. So if you wanna win a shirt, man, hop in the bracket
This
challenge.
is being recorded Wednesday, March 20th, just for the timestamp purposes in case it does not get put out on time. Lady Gamecocks is gonna take it on the women's side, and as far as the men goes,
UConn might repeat or Houston might get it.
UConn might repeat, but I'm gonna take Arizona.
Ooh, a sleeper. Okay, not bad. Yeah. Not bad. All right. Well, hey, man, thank y'all. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on all platforms, X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Follow us all, Midweek Athletes, please and thank you.
Shirt giveaway. Fill out them brackets, man. Free merch coming to somebody out there. We will get it to you. Just fill out the brackets.
Our tech and audio guys being real clumsy, so I guess it's really time to go. So I'm Evan.
West.
We out. Appreciate y'all.
Later.
Before we do go, if y'all do like the shirts, we might have some on sale maybe in the coming future weeks, maybe. Who knows? But if you like it, let us know. We may do something.
Incoming ad from Willie for free.
Incoming ad from our tech and audio guys. So
excellent.
Hey, we love to see it. Thank y'all again for tuning in. I'm Evan.
Wes.
See y'all. Peace.
Flawless victory.